Hello everyone, Mipa here, trying to make your Monday a little better and maybe even something to look forward to. We are here with yet another Speedpaint. Hello everyone! I hope you all have been having a great week. I've sure been having an eventful week with some school musical stuff we've been doing, and that's been fun. And I'm honestly a little surprised that I'm actually managing to get a video in for this week. But the only reason I'm able to get a video in for this week is because there was a rainy day. There was a rainy day at the start of the week, and it raining gave me inspiration for this drawing. So I ended up recording a video really early in the week when I wasn't quite in a bunch of shows at night. So I ended up making a rainy day speed paint because it was raining. It was actually like a really big storm. I could hear it from inside. Like all the wind and the branches and stuff outside. I could hear it. It was loud. It was big. I loved it. But it caused me to want to draw someone playing in the rain. And I ended up choosing to do Starr, because why not? I had a feeling she would enjoy playing in the rain as long as there's not like thunder and lightning. Because if there's thunder and lightning, then Silindarr does not like the rain, because she has a fear of getting struck by lightning. But as long as that's not a factor, then Starr would love to go playing in the rain. And I ended up putting Mira in it as well, because I felt like she would go join Starr in the rain, whether to just get her to come back or to actually hang out. And then, for some people, obvious reasons, Bass is not in the picture, because I don't know if I've mentioned this yet. I must have, because it's quite a big feature of him. But Bass hates water, so obviously he's not going to go play in the rain. So he's not in this picture. But Starr is, and Mira made it in because I'm like, I feel like that space is empty, so I added her. And I have very mixed feelings about this drawing, because on one hand, I love the scene. It's so cute. It's Starr playing in the rain. I love it. It's just adorable. And I was so excited about the idea when I had it. But I also don't like the drawing very much, because it doesn't look how I was imagining it. And I'll give myself this. It was my first time drawing either of these characters without line art. Sure, there was one thing that I painted, but that's different. With this, I didn't do line art for it at all. I just did shading and stuff like I have been doing. So because of this, it was a little bit more challenging, because I've never actually tried that before. And them with shading is gonna look different. And two, with Silindarr specifically, they have an ombre throughout the entirety of their body. So I had to figure out how to do that and make sure it lined up with the colorful stripes. Speaking of the colorful stripes, I also had to figure out how that would look. I had to figure out like how the stripes would line up, especially on her body. Before this, I didn't realize like how much the stripes on her body didn't really line up with the rest of her. Like, I should have had like more reference up while drawing her, and I didn't because I had too much faith in my Silindarr drawing abilities. Because I'm like, oh, I've drawn her a million times, I can easily draw her without line art. Drawing her without line art was much different than I thought it would be. But, you know, it went how it went. And also, I'm not trying to complain here, I'm just trying to tell myself it's fine that it doesn't look exactly how you planned it. Because I don't know how to draw rain either. I've never really drawn rain. I don't know why I said it that way. But I haven't really ever drawn rain. So figuring out how to do that was also its own thing. So all in all, like, there were just a couple complications of why I think I'm not the most happy with this drawing, but at the same time, it does look good. And I have to keep telling myself that it does in fact look good. It just doesn't exactly look how I thought it would. Sometimes there's a difference in that. There can be a difference in a drawing looking good and looking how you imagined it, which I think is honestly why some people will look at their drawing and say it doesn't look good or it looks bad, but then everyone else thinks it looks great, because whoever drew it would have had a different image in mind than how it actually turned out, and then that ends up swaying how they feel about the drawing. And I think that's kind of the cause for me on how I feel about this drawing as well. It's because while the drawing does look good, and it might actually be well drawn, it just doesn't look how I had originally imagined it. And that's where the real difference is in this. It's also, for some reason I struggled to figure out how to get their colors on the digital color palette thing. I struggled to figure out how to get their colors on there because I usually only use the colored pencils that I have. So then with those, I know how to make every color and every shade and all of those things with those colored pencils because I'm so used to them. But then all of a sudden I have to figure out how to do it without using those color pencils, and I'm like, how do you make this color? What shade is it really? And I just end up like staring at the color palette and being like, how do I do this? But, you know, I'm getting better at it, I think. I hope. Pretty sure. Yeah. My mind just like went on like a completely separate train of thought as I was saying that, so then I had to just like bring it back. But yes, this drawing actually took me a really long time for some reason. Like, this one took me, what was it, like 83 minutes I think it said, so that would be like an hour and 20 minutes, I think, and that's of recording time. There was also like when I would pause it and such. So yeah, this drawing took me a really long time for some reason. I'm not fully sure why. I was really confused when I was looking at my other paintings or my other drawings on Abyss Paint and how most of those Because if you don't know, on Abyss Paint, you can click like a play button and it will show you, like it'll re-show you the process of how you drew it, but minus whatever you clicked undo on. So it has like a time that that video is, and I was very confused when every other drawing I had was like that video was like under a minute, but then this one was like 2 minutes and none of the others were, and I was so confused. I was like, why did this one take so much longer? Especially since at that time I was very much stuck in the mindset of, I don't like this drawing. It doesn't look good. So I was like, why did this one take so long if I'm not even happy with it? But I'm trying to be more okay with this drawing. But it's still on the channel, obviously, because you guys are seeing it. I'm still putting it out there because even if I'm not the most happy with a certain drawing, I want to still put it out there, because then you guys aren't only seeing what I see as my best work, you get to see all of it. So even if I had like a drawing I absolutely despised, which hasn't actually happened in a while, other than like a couple other drawings that I did on paper, and like I would just like look into the drawing, like the eyes of the drawing, and I'm like, you look terrifying. Maybe it's just because it was a drawing of a child and children scare me. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's just a bias on my part of thinking the drawing looked scary. But that was that. But other than that, I haven't had a drawing that I actually really disliked. I've just had drawings kind of like this one where I'd look at it and be like, this looks off. I'm not the biggest fan of this. There have been better. Because other than that, it hasn't really been weird. When I say weird, obviously, I don't know how to word this. But yeah, my point is, even if I had a drawing I really, really disliked, or I guess despised, even if that happened, I would still put it on the channel, because then you guys could see all of my work and not only be seeing my best work, because then you know what I guess my worst work looks like and what my best work looks like. And I feel like that's a good thing to know. I'm not fully sure how to explain it, because everyone has drawings they're not happy with, and I feel like it's good to know that I have those too. Who would have thought? Yeah, it's kind of just like that. That's the best way I can explain it. I'm sure there was a better way to explain it, but that's what I have. This drawing is still very cute though. I still very much like the idea. Part of me is tempted to try to redraw it, maybe with line art, to see if that would turn out better in my opinion. I don't know. If you guys want to see me redraw it, you can put it in the comments. I won't make a community post on it because it's not like on my priority list to redraw this. But if you guys would like to see it, feel free to comment on it and I'll get to it. And one more thing. With this video being put out this week, that means that my community post that I had put out for another video idea, a drawing of Animal Crossing characters, that post is still there, which means you guys have more time to vote. You guys have another week to vote on that. Currently 4 people have voted, and they've all voted for one person, which I honestly find way too amusing. But 4 people have voted, and if any of you others want to also vote, look at the community tab. I'm putting stuff there now. I'm having much fun with it. very happy about my community posts. I was like way too excited about it. Something else I was really excited about was getting 20 subscribers. I had full celebration on it because I was so excited, because that was a goal of mine to get 20 subscribers in less than a year, or within a year. And it happened, and I was very excited about it. I'm even making a community post on that, so if you haven't seen that, you can look at that too. I'm having a lot of fun with the community posts, if any of you can't tell. I'm having a lot of fun with the channel. It's a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm glad to see that you guys are enjoying it too. And once again, this video has turned into a video of me rambling. Don't we all love that? I just get to ramble. It's so much fun, honestly. I used to be like terrified to do voiceovers, but now I'm like, just speak at the phone, see what happens. And it's been a lot of fun. So thank you all for watching this video and all of my others, and thank you for subscribing and all of that stuff. It's been a lot of fun. It's crazy to think it's already November. Wow, the time has flown. I don't really have much else to say, and the video is almost done. So yeah, here is the final product here. I hope you all enjoy it. I'm slowly starting to warm up to it a little bit, starting to accept it. And next week, as long as something doesn't come up where I don't get a video out, next week should be the one where I respond to that community post I put out and do whatever you guys vote for. So you should be able to look forward to that. Until then, though, have an amazing week, everyone. Goodbye!